In this video, I'm going to show you how to build your first lead generation AI agent. This is a really cool one because you don't need any prior experience to be able to do this, and it works for any industry at all. I'm going to be focused on generating leads for AI agency and SEO, but you can just modify the system prompt, this bit over here, to be any industry you like. So the way it's going to work is we will have an input trigger here. Then we are going to scrape an area for an industry, a geographical area, and an industry that we define. Then we go into this AI agent here, and the AI agent is going to be directed to do some research using a research tool, and then it'll formulate a data sheet on our prospective lead, and it'll generate an email that will be personalized to the lead. When that happens, the email will be sent out, and then we'll store all the information that we gathered, including the email that we sent, in a Google Doc. So let's go and build it. This will be the complete lead gen automation that we will build using N8N. We'll hook it all up and then we'll run it, and you can see how it works, and also show you how you can modify it for your industry, your region, and that type of thing. First step is to create a new workflow. To create a new workflow, just hit the plus button and create workflow. When you're at this step, we'll build out the first sort of row, the first few nodes, if you like, and then we'll configure them. So the first one is we just want a trigger to kick off the workflow. It's going to be a manual trigger. So we just click this one here. Our next node is going to be to Apify, our scraping tool, and that's going to be a HTTP request. I won't configure it just yet. We will add on we want a sort and then a filter. So we'll sort our results. And then I'm going to add a filter node. I will also add a limit node just to restrict the amount of results that we generate into our looping process. So to do that, we just go for limit. So now we will configure our request to Apify to get our leads. And to do that, we do need an Apify account. Okay, so this is Apify. You need to have one of these accounts. So if you don't have one, just head to apify.com, get yourself an account. You do get $5 free credit, and that's plenty to do what we're doing today. So once you've got the account, you want to head over to this particular scraper here. In Apify, they call them actors. So what we're looking for is the Google Maps email extractor actor. I've set it up to search for accounting firms in a certain region. So what you do in the search terms area, say for accounting, I've got accounting, accountant, and accountants. For the location, I've just added Melbourne. And for the number of places to extract, I've entered 10, the language English, and that's all I've done. Once you've got that in there, you can hit start and run your actor. So we'll press start. What this is doing, it's going to scrape Google Maps for all the information relating to accounting businesses. Now, once the extraction process has run, you just click up here on API. And what we're looking for is, and it's this one here, get dataset items. So all we need to do is actually copy this, and then we'll go back over into N8N. If we open this up, it's going to be a GET request. Now, I have jumped forward a little bit now because we have to break this URL into two parts. So all I've done is from the URL we got from Apify, you can see here, I've pasted in everything up to the word items and then the question mark. The important thing in this that will be different in your build will be this here. This is the data set, and it's unique to every data set that gets run in Apify. Apart from that, that's all you need in the URL. Scroll down a bit further. If you toggle on send query parameters, you just want to have the word token in the name. And for the value, this is the API key that was in the URL that you copied. So it's actually everything after the question mark, after the word tokens. Now, down in the send body, we want to turn this on. And to get the JSON, all we need to do is go back to Apify. And if you click on JSON, just copy this back to our automation. We'll click using JSON and then just paste in that JSON. Our scraping node is all set up. Now, in theory, I should be able to actually run this and get some results. So if I trigger it, you can see the workflow did kick off, and it has hit a roadblock at sort because we haven't configured that yet. So if we click into the sort node, super easy here. All we do is add a field to sort by. And it says here, enter the field name as text. And the one we want to sort on is total score. So just got to type in total score and ascending. So that is it. Now we can execute this step. And we're sorting all of our results based on the total score, which is the Google review score. Now we can move on to our filter. This is optional, but I'll just show you how I'm using it. If we click on the node, I've just entered in here the total score. If it's less than 5, include it. And if the total score exists. And the reason you might want to do this is if a business has a perfect review score, that might indicate they've got everything in order. So you might want to go for ones that are less than 5 that potentially need a bit of help. So I can actually run it so we can make sure it actually works. There you go. It's running, and you can see the first one here is 4.2. So it's knocked out any business that had a 5, which is what it should do. And at the top, you can see it's kept 15 items and it's discarded 13. So we've got a tighter data set to work with now. The next one is the limit. This is really only in here because I'm doing this as a YouTube video and I don't want to process all this data. So I've limited it to 1. So if you're setting up and testing, it's worthwhile just setting a limit so you can restrict the processing each time you do a test. Okay, now we need to add our loop node. Click on this one and we'll type in loop. And you can see this one here, it says loop over items to split into batches. We just grab that one. Now I just need to move a few things around here so we can see it properly. The first thing I'm going to do is delete this and delete this. For the looping node, we're going to connect this to an AI agent. So AI agent, and we'll move our agent down here so I can see it. Now we can just connect up our chat model. So I'm going to use Google Gemini, but you can use Anthropic or OpenAI or OpenRouter. I'll go with Gemini. And you can see here, I already have my credentials set up for Gemini. If you'd like to know how to do that, I will put a link above here somewhere because I go through it in a previous video. But the default model selected is Gemini Flash. So I don't actually have to do anything just yet here. And for the tools, I'm going to add Perplexity. With Perplexity, I want to use Sonar Pro. And for the expression, we just want to click on here and let the model define the parameter. And that's all we need to do. You can see at the top here, it says I'm already connected to a Perplexity account. Again, if you want to know how to actually configure those credentials, the video link will just be above. Super easy, just run through it and come back. The next tool we need is our Gmail. So I'll add Gmail. Now to get set up with Gmail, pretty straightforward. If I click on this little pencil icon, you basically just sign into your Gmail account with Google, like I have, and then you're connected. So with that done, it's going to be a send operation to the subject. I'm going to leave the subject to let the model define it. It's going to be HTML, and the message, I will let the model define it. Now in this too, I am going to update this to an overriding email because it's a demo and I don't want all these leads to be spammed with my email. So typically you would click this, let the model define it. So you just click the magic icon here, but I will put a default in just to avoid spamming. So that is pretty much done. Now I'm just going to show you another pro tip with N8N because we don't want to keep wasting our credits with Apify or any other models that might cost. What we can do for the ones that have worked, so we've tested this works, this works, this works, and this works. What we can do is click on the 3 dots and click pin. And what it's going to do when we run this to do a test, it's going to use the data that's already there rather than actually go out and call more data and bring it back. Now, when I press execute the workflow, it'll sort of skip these and it'll go straight into the agent and run. But before we do that, we just need to add our system prompt and configure our agent because it's going to oversee this entire operation. If we go open up the AI agent, to be able to get the data, I need to execute the step to bring it in. Might get some errors, but that's just part of the process. Yep, we got an error. To fix our first error, what we want to do is change this connected chat trigger node to define below, and then we're just going to drag in website. Because what we want to do is analyze the website, get Perplexity to go to the website, analyze it, bring back that report, and then let our AI model generate our research report and draft the email. So the next part we need is actually a system prompt. And to get that, we go into add a system message. Its default is, are you helpful? Which isn't very helpful in this case. So we want to click on expression, and then I'm going to make it full screen. Get rid of this. Now I'm going to paste in a big system prompt here. I will make it available in my community. I'll paste the prompt in. Scrolling down, this basically tells the AI agent exactly what its job description is and how it's to use the tools and when it's to use them. So I'm not going to read through all of this, but we'll run it, and then you can see actually how it works. Now we should be ready to go. So if we hit execute workflow, we'll see what happens. So it's gone to Perplexity, which is what it should be doing based on that URL that's been provided. Now Google Gemini is analyzing the data that's come back and drafting an email. You can say it flicked across over here to Gmail. It sent the email, produced the report. It's run successfully. Okay, taking a quick look at the email that was sent. So the Gmail did send and it went to the address I set it as. If I didn't set the address, it would have actually used this accounting firm's real email address that it found in the data scrape. I won't read through it all, but the key bit here is that it actually customizes the email based on what it found when it researched the website. So you can see here, from what I can see, you might benefit from automated bookkeeping services, expense categorization, and client onboarding and appointment scheduling automation. On the SEO side, we help firms improve their online visibility and attract more clients. You can modify this, but it takes into account the website details, formulates an email, and it sends it. All right, now we'll just add the Google Docs. Google Docs, create a document. For the title, we'll just use the title of the accounting firm. I have a folder that I've set as N8N, and you can just authenticate into Google Docs the same as the other Google applications. Now I'm just going to run this. Okay, so up here we have an ID. That's what we need to connect to our update the Google document because we have a document ID. So I can close this one down. It's all done. Go back to Google Doc, update a document. Now for the URL, we have that URL or ID. So this is the ID. I can just drop that over there. And for the text, we just drag and drop the output from our AI agent. I'm just going to close this one down. We don't have to do anything else here. Then we can connect the node back to the start of the loop. Now if I run it, it will actually create the document and we can take a look at what that looks like. All right, so this is the report that gets generated. You get the basic business details, the overview, the services they offer, and then it looks at the automation opportunities, so cloud accounting, automated reconciliations, digital document management, etc. It tries to find out the technologies they use, not specified, but because it's an accounting firm, it probably use MYOB or Xero, and we have pain points, potential pain points, manual data entry, time-consuming document management, and then we have the email that's gone out. That will be generated for every single loop it goes through. Every accounting firm we scraped, it'll go through this, produce the document, and send the email. So back in Apify, this is what it would loop through. So now I'm just going to quickly tidy this up. Make sure you unpin all of these things that we pinned earlier. I've already unpinned them. Remove the limit. The other thing you might want to consider doing until you are comfortable with it is disconnecting the Gmail, test it a few times, and then hook up the Gmail. Now, if you would like a copy of the automation and so you can just import it rather than set it up, you can grab it for free in my community. There will be links in the description. There is a premium community and a free one. It'll be available in both. I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, consider giving it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.